Audacious moves by Israel and Ukraine may yet save us from a catastrophic global war. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Israel pulled off a stunning, science fiction-like attack against Hezbollah terrorist forces in Lebanon with exploding pagers and other wireless devices that killed scores and wounded thousands. But while spectacular, some analysts say the moves won't change the dangerous strategic situation in that part of the world. The balance of forces remain the same. Hezbollah won't agree to a permanent ceasefire and withdraw forces near the Israeli border. In other words, the nearly 70,000 Israeli residents who had to leave their homes because of Hezbollah rocket attacks won't be able to return. Hezbollah will still make that part of northern Israel uninhabitable. Such a situation is intolerable for a sovereign country. At some point, Israel would have to launch a major offensive operation to remove the Hezbollah threat. The risk is that this would trigger an all-out conflict with Hezbollah, which has a large number of fighters, many of them battle-hardened from military actions in Syria and elsewhere. More ominously, it possesses well over 100,000 rockets. Experts fear that fired in swarms, some would get through Israel's air defense systems and inflict heavy civilian casualties. But as Israel completes military operations in Gaza, it can tell a psychologically shocked Hezbollah that a hostile international community couldn't save Hamas, and that if Hezbollah doesn't credibly pull back, who knows what Jerusalem has up its sleeve. At the least, Iran and Hezbollah are likely to stay their hands until a new U.S. president takes office and Washington can finally formulate a strong, coherent security strategy as we did after World War II. Israel's moves here and against individual terrorist leaders have bought us precious time. Ukraine is doing the same thing in its war against Putin's invaders. Experts estimate that the ongoing Ukraine war has exacted 1 million casualties since it began 2.5 years ago. To put that number in perspective, it almost matches what the U.S. lost in World War II. Putin planned to conquer Ukraine, or at least make it an obedient satellite, by a grinding war of attrition. But Kyiv's unexpected invasion of Russia itself changes that calculus, at least short term. Putin couldn't accept a ceasefire with a piece of Mother Russia under occupation by a hostile army. From the start of this war, Washington has dragged its feet in giving what Ukraine needs to repel the Russians. Recently, it took stern British pressure to get the Biden-Harris crowd to allow Kyiv to hit military targets inside Russia itself. All it would take is the removal of remaining restraints and the supply of adequate arms for Ukraine to win. Otherwise, a Putin triumph would mean a broader European conflict. So give thanks to Israel and Ukraine. They've bought us time to avoid World War III. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions, and I look forward to being with you soon again.